Hi, welcome to 7 Facts, the channel where you get to watch a video about every single country on Earth. This episode of the Canadian series is about Manitoba, but there's a playlist containing all of the Canadian videos, so be sure to check it out. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this one. I upload twice a week, so it'll be worth it. Manitoba is one of Canada's big provinces. There are 1.3 million people living in an area larger than any European country, except Russia, of course. Its name comes from either the Cree or Ojibwe languages, meaning the same thing in both, the Straits of the Great Spirit. And you can understand why if you visit. Nearly half of the province is forested, and more than 110,000 lakes dot its lands. Other parts are dominated by prairies, while its northeastern border is adjoined to the world-famous gigantic Hudson Bay. The young Canadian Confederation had a big crisis on its hands soon after its creation, because of Manitoba. The Hudson Bay Company sold its territory, Rupert's Land, to Canada. The Métis, who were already facing discrimination, did not want this and prevented Canadian authorities to enter the land. Louis Riel, the leader of the locals, rallied the people and formed a provisional government. The events quickly turned into a full-blown rebellion, now called the Red River Resistance. Riel managed to negotiate with the Canadian government and reached an agreement that Manitoba was to join Canada as a province with equal rights to the others. After the agreement was reached and the military expedition arrived to enforce federal authority, Louis Riel was hunted to be arrested for his role in the uprising. He escaped and would later lead another less successful rebellion, after which he was arrested and executed for treason. Manitoba's capital is the city of Winnipeg. At one point it was one of Canada's largest cities, but because of the opening of the Panama Canal, Winnipeg faced difficulties and was surpassed by other cities. Nevertheless, the city remains one of Canada's busiest and most prosperous cities, and one of the most beautiful. Downtown Winnipeg's Exchange District is named after the area's original grain exchange, which operated until 1913. The 30-block district received National Historic Site of Canada status in 1997, and it includes North America's most extensive collection of early 20th century terracotta and cut stone architecture. In 2012, Winnipeg was the scene of a very Canadian event. For 3 full hours, a generous chain of Tim Hortons customers picked up the tab for the people behind them. This avalanche of kindness prompted 222 customers to pay for other people's orders. It all happened on December 21st, 2012, and the scale of it took everyone by surprise. Canadians are known for their hospitality and kindness, but even by their standards, this was unusual. Eventually, someone who had their 4 coffees paid for decided to break the chain and pulled away without paying for the 3 coffees behind him. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't have wanted to be that guy. What if your local authorities would ask you to leave your car doors unlocked? Would you do it? In Churchill, Manitoba, this is actually a real advice, because the city is known as the polar bear capital of the world. Often these bears enter the city, so leaving your car doors unlocked could help someone escape a gruesome death. In Canada's most northerly port, polar bears actually outnumber people, because tiny Churchill sits slap bang in their winter migration route north up Hudson Bay. The town actually has a polar bear prison, the only one in the world, reserved for those bears that don't take the hint and keep coming back. The Inmates are then transported far away to prevent them from coming back. By the way, for Halloween, don't dress up as a polar bear. The police might mistake you for a real one and, well, you don't want that. Take away the polar bears and you'll notice that Churchill is actually one of the world's best spots to watch the aurora borealis. More precisely, it's in the top 3 places on the planet to see the northern lights. The aurora borealis is a natural phenomenon caused by the interaction of charged particles from the sun with atoms in the upper atmosphere. These otherworldly dancing curtains of light glow in a rainbow of colors and are at their most resplendent in January through March. Under clear winter skies, you can watch the aurora light up the pitch-black nights from plexiglass domes that shield you from the cold. If the northern lights aren't your thing, maybe whale watching is. Thousands of beluga whales inhabit the waters of the Churchill River after the ice breaks up. So as you can see, there's plenty of things to do in Churchill. The real adventure though is getting there. There are no roads leading to Churchill, so you can only come here by airplane or a 48-hour train ride. Once upon a time, a black bear cub from Canada named Winnipeg was one of the most popular attractions at the London Zoo. The bear cub was purchased from a hunter for $20 by Canadian Lieutenant Harry Colburn in Whitewinter, Ontario, while en route to England during the First World War. He named the bear Winnie after his adopted hometown in Winnipeg, Manitoba. In London, Winnie became a favorite of the visitors, and among them was Christopher Robert Milne, the son of Alan Alexander Milne, who then created the beloved character Winnie the Pooh. So, whenever you'll watch or read a story with Winnie the Pooh, just know that Manitoba also had a small contribution. These were 7 facts about Manitoba. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe. Share your thoughts downstairs in the comment section, and afterwards check me out on Facebook and Twitter. A good way to offer more support to this channel is through Patreon, link in the description. I hope to see you next time. Bye.